Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Infinite Crypto Cruisers. Hey there, folks. My name is Brad Varnell, and this is the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. I am excited to be here with you on this beautiful Monday morning. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and we are having a fantastic Monday morning. Hope you are too. And today is an exciting day. A lot of times here on this Monday live stream, we will kind of be talking about some of the pitfalls, some of the things that are holding people back from really truly having the life of their dreams and enjoying the success that you guys deserve, enjoying the freedom that you deserve. But today's going to be a little bit more lighthearted, optimistic, positive, because folks, the bull run is coming. The bull run is coming. I don't know. I think if I ever decide to quit my life as a YouTuber, I probably ought to try out singing at some point in time, huh? Anyways, folks, what an exciting time to be alive. I know that we're here, a little less than a month or about a month out from the election. I don't know the exact day in November that we go do our voting here. But we just have some exciting times ahead of us for a lot of different reasons. And right now, for all of you that are watching this video that have been putting in the work over the last 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, it's really getting to be close to the time that you're going to really enjoy an extremely big payoff, in my opinion. So good morning, Tim. Thank you so much for being here. God bless you. Great to have you. Thank you all that are here on the channel today. You're spending your most valuable asset with me here, which is your time, and that's always appreciated. So what I did want to mention today, though, was even though I think you can make so much money in crypto over the next handful of months with a lot of different strategies, I just wanted to recommit to a couple of key things that I think are going to help you maximize your results. And so one of the first things that I wanted to mention here, and I kind of wrote it down second, but I think it actually should be number one. And folks, that is clarity and being specific. And so, folks, I know that we've talked about this multiple times on the Monday Morning Mindset videos, but being clear and being specific with your goals and your dreams is so important, folks. The clearer and more specific you can be with what you want to accomplish during this bull market, the more likely that it's going to happen. And I can't explain it. I know that psychologically, in our brains, that what we focus on grows. And by being more specific, your subconscious mind looks for opportunities to bring into your life that which you are really focused on. And so one of the first things that I would recommend you do if you haven't done it yet is really figure out what your freedom number is. So, folks, the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel exists for one reason, and that is to create financial freedom in people's lives, whatever that means to you. And so if you're here and you just want to make, $10,000 or $20,000 to remodel your kitchen, or maybe buy, a better car, or, maybe, $40,000 or $50,000 to help put one of your children through school, that is fantastic. And we want to help you accomplish that. But folks, I would say if that's what you're thinking about, that we want to also help you to dream a little bit bigger, to think outside the parameters that maybe you have set for yourself. Because folks, here at the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel, we do not believe that you are put here on this earth to work for 40 or 50 or 60 hours a week for 40 or 50 or 60 years of your life, just barely existing, barely getting by, just to pay your bills and to, just exist, if you will. We want you to have freedom. Folks, when I was a young man, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, I had some mentors in my life that had financial freedom. And one of the things that they said that always really, was a goal of mine, something that was exciting, is they said they loved it when they got to the point where they no longer had an alarm clock. They just slept until they woke up. And they also talked about how when you're really financially free, there is no more Monday through Sunday. You get 6 Saturdays and a Sunday. And that is so true. And that was one of the things that I really loved about creating freedom in my life, was when all of the days ran together. Like, I have church on Wednesday and church on Sunday. And if it wasn't for those two, events that happen consistently, it would be so easy for me to forget what day of the week it is, and then we do the live stream on Monday and Wednesday. So, I mean, there's some structure to my life. And so I'm not always trying to figure out what day of the week it is. But man, you would be amazed at how often I'm off by a day one way or the other. If you haven't experienced that yet in your life, I want that for you. Something else that was near and dear to my heart over the last few years, my children are all the way grown up and adults. My daughter's getting ready to turn 21 years old here in 3 days. On October 10th, my daughter turns 21. My son just turned 18 in July. And, the last 3, 4, 5 years of their life, we got to be there to take them to school in the morning and pick them up in the afternoon. Was able to go to my job, my daughter's job interviews with her. Obviously I didn't go in and do the actual job interview with her, but it was nice to be able to be there with her going to it, sit out in the car, be able to give her a little pep talk and get her, in the right frame of mind to go do a job interview, to watch my son. I was the one that taught my son and my daughter both how to drive. Watch them and be able to teach them, be there at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock on a, Wednesday afternoon to take them out for driving lessons. And so, folks, freedom to us here at Infinite Crypto YouTube channel means a lot of different things. For me, it's really about being able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, with the people that I want to do it with. And so if you have not created a financial freedom number in your life yet, a number where you would feel fairly comfortable walking in to your boss's office and telling them, thank you for all of these years of employment, but I cannot afford to work for you any longer. I got too much money. I need my freedom. Then, folks, let's work on that. What would that number be? And I would be willing to almost guarantee you that whatever you think that number is probably way more than it really needs to be. I used to think that I needed millions and millions and millions of dollars to have some pretty incredible financial freedom. And it really turns out that when I got to, multiple 6 figures, when I was able to look at my bank accounts, look at my crypto balances, and see that I had 200-300 grand available to me at any given moment, even if it was in crypto, it was super liquid. I mean, I can literally get money all the way from, a decentralized wallet like MetaMask into my bank account, spendable in probably 30 minutes or less if I want to pay, a little bit of fees. If I want to get it there within 1 to 3 days, I can do it for almost for free. So I consider that to be pretty darn liquid. Yeah, it's not right sitting in my bank account, but it's just as good as. And so, folks, I challenge you to really figure out how much you would need to have coming in on a monthly basis so that you would have freedom in your life. And then, let's start shooting for that number. So back to the beginning. Number 1, get some clarity on exactly what financial freedom is to you, the first stages of it. So the first goal is to get you free. Then the second goal, once you have your freedom, is to figure out, what are you going to do with your life? What are you going to do with that time that you have now? Do you have a charity or a organization that you would like to volunteer and spend your time at? Do you have a business? A lot of you out there, if you're involved in crypto and excited about cryptocurrency, there's probably a lot of you that have an idea in the back of your mind about what you would like to do, maybe for your own self, a business that you would like to create. And, maybe you want to own your own business, and you've been hesitant to jump out and do it because, as we know, starting businesses can take a lot of time. It can take a lot of money. And if you have a wife and kids, or a husband and kids and a family, sometimes it can be hard to jump out of that nest, that security of the job, and jump right into your own business. So maybe, whatever it is for you, maybe you just want to travel. I know that my wife and I, we love traveling. And back in 21, when we really hit it, big for the first time, we spent several months of the year on different vacations. We were probably going on a vacation every month to 2 months for a minimum, like 3, 4, 5 days. Sometimes it was a week, sometimes it was 2 weeks, but we did a ton of traveling, and we're excited. We're going to be doing a lot of traveling in 2025 and 2026. And of course, still working on the YouTube channel and helping you guys that have created freedom keep it. So number one, write down on a piece of paper what your goal is for this bull run. And be honest with yourself. Like, if you don't think it's possible to get financially free during this bull run, I would disagree with you, to be honest. I would disagree, unless you need, $10 million to be considered financially free. I would disagree. And even if you needed 10 million, I'm here to tell you that there's ways, that there's things that you can do that would maybe get you closer to that number than you might believe, even if you're starting from a relatively small amount. But folks, if you just need a few 100,000 or even $1 million or two, there's still some time to make that happen over the next 6 months. I think you've got in the ballpark of about a 6-month window to really get to where you want to be. And then over the next couple of years, the rest of 25, 26, 27, we're going to probably see a downturn like we do after every bull market. And I think that's when it's really going to get to be exciting and fun in some ways for us, though, folks, because after experiencing, 2 full bull runs, and now coming into my 3rd one, I have a lot better idea of what to do with my money when we get to the point where we've created that freedom. And now it's time to go into what's going to probably be a little bit of a, protect your asset time frame versus really growing your asset. But we got some ways here at the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel where we're going to be able to grow our assets. And we're also working on creating some streams of income. If you have $1 million in crypto that you get cashed out, we're going to be able to help you and point you in the right direction to where you can make, $50, $100, $150, $200,000 a year with that capital to live off of, because cash flow is king. So if you're making, $100 grand a year right now, and you get to, $1 million in cash, say you cash out $1 million in crypto, that's still only 10 years worth of money. And if you have to spend, $100,000 a year to live your life during the next downturn, all of a sudden $200,000-$300,000 of that is gone. Not to mention, when you quit your job and now you've got an extra 40 or 50 hours a week to go enjoy life, you're going to want to be going on vacations. You're going to want to maybe buy a car that you've been dreaming of. You maybe going to want to get some real estate. You're going to want to do some different things. So it's important on the backside of this bull run to create some cash flow, because if you can create 6 figures a year in cash flow, now you can cover your current lifestyle without depleting your capital. So that's kind of a future topic. Doesn't really matter right now. What we want to focus on is how are you going to get to that number. So number one, come up with a number. Let me see here. What do we got going on here? We got Pablo. Hey, how you doing, Paul? Good to see you, my friend. Still living out of boxes. Yeah, half boxes, half legitimate living space now, Paul. We're getting there. I kind of have my studio most of the way set up and ready to go. My lighting finally in place. I got my purple lights behind me, and yeah. So this move, man, what I thought was going to be a couple of day move has turned into a couple plus weeks. Been a lot of fun. I'm not looking forward to doing it again, but this is probably a temporary situation where sometime in the next 3 months to a year, we're going to probably be moving into what I would consider to be my ultimate like dream home. And that one will probably be at for a lot of years to come. But this one is what I call a tweener. Hey, Dave, good morning, man. Welcome to the show. Hope you are doing fantastic. And yes, Tim, thank you for reminding everybody. Folks, man, hitting that thumbs up button helps the stream so much. It helps the YouTube algorithm push this live stream out to more viewers. So please, it's free and it just takes you a split second. Please hit that like button if you haven't done it already. And then, hey, Tim, your birthday too? Awesome, man. Congratulations. Happy birthday, man. Good morning, Deadwood. How is everyone? Yeah, man, how is everybody? Hopefully you are excited. It's November 7th. And man, you know, historically, folks, the bull market is ready to commence. Like it can literally start right now as we speak. It could be in a couple of weeks. It could be in a month or two. But sometime in the very next fairly short period of time, we're going to see Bitcoin do its thing. It's going to start running. And before you know it, the conversation is going to be, when is Bitcoin hitting 100,000? Hey, it's at 89,000. When's it hitting 100,000? Hey, it's at 95,000. When's it hitting 100,000? It's at 75,000. When's it hitting 100,000? And I'm telling you, folks, the amount of excitement that is going to be in the market as Bitcoin creeps up towards $100,000 is going to be absolutely amazing. You're just, for those of you that this is your first real bull run, you're going to make so much money so quickly that you won't even believe it happened. Like you've been sitting here for the last 6 months or 2 years, accumulating, watching the market go down, watching some sideways. Every time the market starts to go up and you start to get excited, then the next thing you know, it comes crashing back down. I mean, heck, just in the last couple of weeks, we had Bitcoin peak all the way up at a little over 66,000. Looked like we could be on our way back to some new all-time highs. And then what does it do? It crashes all the way back down to 60,000 bucks on us. And, you know, a lot of things got, taken down pretty significantly in the altcoin markets. When Bitcoin goes down, the altcoins go down, double. When Bitcoin starts to go up, though, and starts hitting that 80, 90, $100,000 mark, the altcoins will start to go up by 5x, 10x, 20x, 100x. And seriously, folks, it's going to be absolutely crazy when you've got $500 worth of a token and all of a sudden it's worth $1,200 and then it's worth $1,900 and then it's worth $2,700 and then it's worth $5,000 and then it's worth $10,000. And you're like, how in the world did I turn $500 into $10,000? Well, folks, that's only a 20x. And I say only, but you're going to get some big multiples on some of the tokens, that we are talking about. I don't know if any of you here had the pleasure of buying. Let me get back here to the comments. What do we got going on here? I am considering starting my own metal roofing company. Got a few years experience on it. Awesome, man. I love it, Deadwood. You seem to be just absolutely amazing, with your hands and with building and with what you can put together. And then with your integrity and your honesty and the way that you care about people, no doubt in my mind that if you start your own company, you're going to do, very, very well. And I hope that this bull market gives you the funds and the breathing room to really go for it and do that. If that's what you really want to do, man, that is definitely exciting. I don't want to toot my own horn here too much, but I did want to mention, folks, this is a token that's probably going to also be a sponsor of the channel. We just did a deep dive on this token. We came across this token at Bitcoin 2024, one of our favorite teams. In fact, they invited me out to a conference in London on the 17th of October, and it's just a little bit too sudden of notice. I don't think I'm going to make it, but they actually invited me to go out and speak on stage in London about how to create freedom through blockchain technology. And I'm excited that I got offered the opportunity. It sucks that I might not be able to make it. It's still some possibility, but it's not necessarily looking great at this moment. But this trio token, folks, is up over 100% since we talked about it originally about a month ago. We did the deep dive, and wanted to let you know that we're officially going to be doing the drawing. We announced during that video that we were giving away 50 trio tokens to 4 different individuals that commented on that deep dive video. Well, folks, at the time that we did that video, the token was about 95 cents. Now it's over $2. I bought the tokens live on that video, so I'm sticking to that 50 tokens for 4 people. So now you're going to get $100 worth of trio tokens. And all you got to do, if you haven't done it yet, is go watch that deep dive, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then just make a quick comment, whatever you want to say about Ordinal's bot and the trio token. I'm excited. Me and the founder, one of the co-founders of this company, Toby Lewis, we just did an interview a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago now, but we did an interview on some updates. And this is a project that even after doubling over the last 3-4 weeks is still only sitting at, I think it's about $4.5 million market cap. So folks, with tokens like this, if you stick with the channel and you really start putting your money into the right places, there's absolutely amazing things that can happen for you. You know, another sponsor of the channel, NEURAHUB, I want to give them a huge shout out because they were one of the very first sponsors of the channel that really saw our vision and believed in the freedom that we're trying to help people create. And that's why they came on board with us. They'd had a lot of different influencers come to them and talk to them, and they really didn't want to work with any YouTube channels because so many of them are just so fake and really don't care about their community. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of incredible YouTubers out there, lots that I love too, but these guys just really saw a genuineness. They got to meet my son and my editor a little bit, you know, through some of our video chats and some of the different stuff that we did. This token here is poised, in my opinion, to do some absolutely amazing things. So when we start talking about the potential to do 25, 50, 100, 1,000x, we've got some tokens that we really believe are positioned to do absolutely, you know, amazing things. You know, DIMITRA IO, I don't know if I announced it on the last live stream, but DIMITRA is now an official sponsor of the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. And I love this company. You know, making a living while making a difference is kind of my motto for them. They are doing some incredible things, helping small farmers across the world increase their yield, decrease their risk. And it's just amazing. If you go take a little bit closer look at dimitra.io, take a look at their website and see what they have planned. This token, I want to say, is sitting at around a $45 million market cap. This token, in my opinion, should be a multiple billion-dollar business as it continues to grow. And so, folks, there's a lot of ways that you can go out there and 10x, 25x, 50x, 100x, and more your investment fund. So let me get on. That was a lot of talking on point number 1. Number 2, here's where I got to do. This is not financial advice, folks. This is just what I am doing. So, you know, this channel is for educational and entertainment purposes. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I don't have any securities licenses. I'm just a guy that created some financial freedom in crypto and that is trying to help you guys by showing you my playbook and what I'm doing. But what I've got written down right now is get as much in as possible, as relatively quickly as possible. Folks, now is not the time to be sitting on the sideline with your capital getting ready to deploy it at some point in time. In my opinion, folks, I am almost 100% invested right now, and every extra dollar, part of the reason I made this move is it decreased my living expenses by almost $5,000 a month. I don't want to go into all of the details on exactly how, but this is not a step up. I didn't move into a mansion. I actually downsized and put myself in a position where I've got an extra $2,500 to $5,000 a month that I can put into the market because I want to practice what I preach. Every single penny that I can afford to invest in crypto right now is going into crypto, and it's going into these tokens. I'm building a bag of NEURAHUB. I'm building a bag of Trio. I'm building a bag of DIMITRA, and so on and so forth. And well, hello there, Bandit. This is the first time I think you managed to get yourself into the live stream, huh? Yeah, this kitty right here. I won't tell you guys the whole story right now, but that's kind of my miracle kitty. One of these days, I'll tell you the story about that cat. But right now, I want to get back to the point because it's important that you hear me, folks. I'm not necessarily saying that you shouldn't hold some money on the sidelines in case we get some downturn. But I just want you to be very, very careful and know that things could explode any second now. We don't know if it's yesterday, today, tomorrow, a month from now, when things are going to start moving. But when they move violently and they move fast. And a lot of times you're going to get caught behind if you're really trying to time the bottom. Nobody's going to time the bottom. You're not going to time the bottom to buy, and you're not going to time the top to sell. So what I would recommend is if you've got money sitting on the sidelines and you're waiting to deploy your capital, I would highly recommend that you at least consider getting in 25 or 50% of that capital. I think that we are very close to having bottomed out. Bitcoin ran down to 60K. Some of those shorts here, let me pop this up here on my screen. I know I don't normally do a ton of presenting when I'm on these Monday mindsets, but I do want to show you guys something here really fast. So, I was doing some longs and some shorts on BYDFI. So this is another official sponsor of the channel. Man, this is our exchange. This is the Infinite Crypto Exchange. I love these guys. They have an incredible platform. They're doing some great bonuses for those of you that join and create your free account. If I go back up here to the top here, you can see in the top of the comments, you can click that link and create your free account. And folks, they love United States citizens. So if you're watching this right now from the US, you don't have to use a VPN. You don't have to KYC. And let me get over here and, go to what I wanted to show you, which was some of my open positions here. So you can see I've got a long in on VeChain. I've got a long in on Polkadot. I've got a long in on Cardano. I've got a long in on Polygon Matic, and I've got a long in on Caspa. The Caspa I just did yesterday, and it's a somewhat small position. But this is another strategy that we are going to talk about here in a little bit, as far as one of the 3 ways to really position yourself for some financial freedom. And that is taking advantage of trading with small amounts of leverage. But, give you guys an idea that haven't seen this before. I got this long in on Polkadot. It's a $100 long. And I want to show you guys, Polkadot was about a 30-cent token during the last bull run. If it just runs up here to 15 cents, I will have a $5,700 profit on $100 long. This is with 10x leverage, folks. But one of the things that I did, and I explained this in my inner circle in more detail, is I went and I took a look at VeChain, and I really took a look at the lowest price that it had gotten down to during this bull market. And it was my opinion when I got in over here at 0.2215, so 2 cents, 2.215 cents, that it was very close to the bottom. And if you look, a 10% reduction on that would have been a little over 2 cents. So it would have had to have gone down just to under, it would have had to gone down to under a pen, or excuse me, under 2 cents to like 1.9 cents in order for me to get liquidated, which I just didn't feel like was probably very likely. And this kind of shows it. So I actually did this long back when Bitcoin was trading at around $61,000 before it had the pump to 66,000. When it had the pump to 66,000, this position was actually up probably about 200%. So my $100 position was worth about $300. And you might ask me, well, why didn't you sell? Why didn't you do anything with it? Well, the reason I didn't do anything at that time, folks, was if I sold and I took my profit, then I would have created a higher number in order, a higher number where I would be at risk of getting liquidated. In other words, if we had a crash like we did, so if I would have, in other words, I'm try to the best way to explain this and have it make sense. Let me get back out here. So the best way to explain it, folks, is I'm not a trader. I want to set these positions up and then forget them. And then 3 months or 6 months from now, I want to come sell them for my 5 grand, 10 grand, 15 grand. So as I just showed you there, if VeChain just goes back up to 15 cents, I turned 100 into $5,700. Well, guess what? When VeChain gets up to 10 cents, 12 cents, 15 cents, I'm not going to worry about it running all the way down to back down to 1.9 cents and getting liquidated. So I'm probably not cashing it out when it gets to 15 cents, because I believe that VeChain is going to go back up to its previous all-time high, potentially even higher than its previous all-time high. So that $100 trade gives me the potential to make 5 grand, 10 grand, 15 grand, 20 grand. And as you can see here, let me go back to this, picture. I've got 4 of these in that are all $100 each. And if you take a closer look at the numbers here, folks, so ADA is sitting at 36 cents. I got it in on it at about a 35.63 cents for this long. ADA, in my opinion, is probably going to be, say a $5 to $10 token during this bull run. So if we go over here and take a peek at this, if we were to look at the stop loss and take profit on ADA, so here we go at a $7 ADA, that $100 trade is going to be worth $18,442, folks. So I didn't do the conservative. I didn't do the maximum. I just kind of did right in between. Guys like Crypto Crow and people that are ADA specialists really believe that ADA is going to be a $7 or $8 token. And I put myself in a position here with a $100 trade to potentially make $18,000. Once again, this token gets up to, let's just change it to $2. At $2, I would have $4,500. And you might say, well, man, why are you getting greedy, Brad? Why in the world, when it's at $2, aren't you cashing it out? And this is just a personal thing, folks. If you turn 100 into 4 grand and you tell me you're cashing out, I'm going to high five you and say, fantastic, do it, do it, do it, do it. I'm hoping that I'm set up in a position where I don't need the money, and I want these positions to turn into the massive position. So even at $7, I'm going to go back and look at where Bitcoin is during this bull run. And if ADA is a $7 token and Bitcoin is only up to 85, 90, 95,000, there's a high likelihood that I'm going to hold on for a little bit longer, because I'm in the camp that we're going to watch Bitcoin at some point in time over the next 6 months or so smash through 100,000 and probably get up to 125 or 150, potentially even higher. So I'm going to base when I sell these positions a lot on the price of Bitcoin. Now, what I will say is that in the event that we have these downturns like we always do, I might pull out a little bit of profit. So I am gonna, full transparency, when my V-chain position was worth 300 bucks, there is a part of me that wishes that maybe I would have taken out my $100 initial investment, not necessarily so that I could go take that and spend it, but so that I could have put it into another trade, or even held on to it and waited for this, in case of a retracement. I would have been able to put this money back in at, not too long ago at a relatively decent number. So if we go back over here, let me pull this up on the full screen. Nope. Where we got here, there we go. So I do want to show you, if we go here to these numbers, so right now this V-chain trade isn't looking so bad. It's up 70%, but just a few days ago when Bitcoin was down at 60, 61, this was actually in the red. So it actually went from about a $200 profit from roughly a 3x all the way back down to where it was in the red. So I do wish that maybe I had sold a portion of this trade so that I could have then bought back in if it had a retracement. So I'm not necessarily saying that I'm never going to sell any of these positions when they're insignificant profit, but what I am saying is that I don't want to have to watch these things like a hawk. And I don't really want to care what's going on in the market. As long as I've got these orders in at low enough prices to where I'm not too worried about them getting liquidated. And I also have low enough amounts in. So $100 amounts, if something happens and the market really went crazy, Bitcoin dropped down to, $58,000 today, and all of those positions got liquidated, I would just take the new price of all of those assets and put in a new $100 long in those positions. So that wasn't really exactly, part of what I was going to talk about, but it goes along with get as much in as fast as possible within your risk. Everybody's got different risk and risk tolerance and timing. So if you need the money that you're looking to invest and you need it back out fairly quickly, then you want to be a little bit more cautious. If you know you can put the money in and not care what happens in the market for the next 3 to 6 to 9 months, get it in there. Because one thing that I found is once you got all your crypto money invested, there's going to be another token. There's going to be another investment. There's going to be something else that comes up that you're excited about. And so I've always found that I'm more resourceful and I figure out more ways to get money once I've got all of my money in the market. Hey, babe, I love you too. Hope you are having a fantastic day. Thank you for jumping in on the live stream. And hey, R.A. Daniel, welcome to the channel. Hope you are doing fantastic. Good morning, Eric. Welcome. Hope you are doing awesome too, my friend. And Paul, what do you mean? When is the meeting, Brad? Where? The meeting, the London meeting. I'll get those details to you. I believe it's October 17th. It's in London. I forget the name of the hotel, but I will get that information to you, Paul. Yeah, I forgot that's right in your backyard, man. So yeah, I'll after this stream is over, I will get with you. And with that, folks, I have an appointment at 10 o'clock with a company that I'm really excited about. We've got a token called Utopia, u-topia.com. In fact, I think we've got some new branding. I wanted to show them this branding. So we're going to be meeting up with them here. Why can I not? There we go. Let's get this here. So for those of you that want to check out a token, we did an interview with this company during the Bitcoin 2024 conference. They've been extremely busy getting ready to launch this token. This is a token that I'm hoping to actually get a private sale allocation on, and we're going to be meeting up with the team at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I do got to wrap this up, but so get as much money in as possible on the tokens that you're excited about. We've got a ton of tokens in the top 25 that you have the ability to get while they're all smashed down. You've got some tokens that are some deep dive gems that are really beaten way down right now to 1 million, 2 million, $5, $10 million market caps. We've got the tin token that we have been accumulating. I just bought another $25,000 worth of tin, not kin. We get too many brandings. The tin token. So this is the token in. It's a gaming platform. The last time I looked, it was sitting at about a $250,000 market cap. You can buy this token on MEXC Global. You can also buy it on PancakeSwap through the Aptos network. This is a token that I just bought. I think it was sitting at 0.17 or 0.175 or something like that, but less than 2 cents. And I picked up, another $400 worth of it just a couple of days ago on MEXC Global. So you got a lot of different ways to go. Deadwood has talked about multiple tokens on this stream that we love. We love, ChainSwap, we think is going to be big. We've got Solidus, AI Tech, Octavia, and so on and so forth. So I can't go through all the tokens, folks. But if you go back to our Wednesday crypto live stream tokens and just go back through the last couple of months of content and look at our deep dives, you can see a lot of the tokens that we believe are going to do amazing special things. So go do your own research and figure out what tokens you really are excited about and fit with your investing schedule. Like if you've already got 4 or 5 AI tokens in your portfolio, maybe you want to move over to, some real world asset tokens, or vice versa. If you got a bunch of real world asset tokens, maybe you want to run over and start buying some more AI tokens. If you're not exposed at all to any gaming tokens, you might want to pick out, a couple, 2 or 3 gaming tokens that you really like. Same thing, with layer 1s and layer 2s and DeFi, and, diversify your portfolio a little bit and have a handful of tokens in multiple different categories so that no matter what the huge narrative ends up being, you've got some tokens in that narrative. I think that AI, real world assets, DeFi is always going to do fairly well because people want to create more assets with their assets. So DeFi is a solid place. Gaming is going to do nothing but grow bigger and bigger. And then something that I think is a sleeping giant, folks, is going to be the metaverse. So the metaverse hasn't gotten talked about. It seems like it's dead, but I'm here to tell you the metaverse is kind of like blockchain technology. It's going nowhere. It's going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and more people are going to start joining the metaverse and doing online concerts and online events and all sorts of cool things. More celebrities are going to join the metaverse. The metaverse is definitely something where right now it hasn't been talked about. All of the metaverse projects are pretty much dead. They, at least on the outside, they look like they're dead. But the good ones that are putting in the work and that are growing are going to have some tremendous upside. So we do have a metaverse called otherverse.io. That's UTHERVERSE. So other with a U, UTHER. Otherverse.io that just launched. We got in on the private sale of it, went from about 5 cents all the way up to almost $1.50. We did incredibly well. And so last but not least, folks, if you really want to create freedom in your life during this bull market, I highly recommend that you check out some launchpad tokens, whether that's CDFI or Chain GPT. I'm big and I love the Gains platform. There's multiple different great launch pads out there. Solidus AI Tech has a launch pad. I believe Octavia has a launch pad. There's 25 or 50 good launch pads. Figure out which one you like. I'm really big on the Gains platform. I like the fact that I can stake my tokens for short periods of time. I like the fact that they're bringing a lot of refundable deals. So folks, we just invested in Quantalytica a couple of weeks ago. It tanked at launch, so we got full refund. We just invested in, I can't even remember the name of it, Auto Layer. We just invested in it 3 or 4 days ago on the Gains platform. It went below its private sale price, so we got a full refund. We've got 2 more coming up that are fully refundable. So I love the idea that you can get in on these launch pads and invest your funds. And if it tanks at launch, we get our money back. If it does massive things, then we sell our tokens. Either way, we win. And so congratulations. We've got a couple new people that just joined the Gains Pad pooling group. So for those of you that have an interest maybe in getting into launch pads, but you don't have enough money to spend 2,500, 5 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand to get in on some of the top tiers of these launch pads, we do have a way that you can get in with us on our Gains Pad pooling group. I think right now 5,000 tokens is about $300 on the you can buy the Gains token on MEXC Global or on Binance chain through Pancake Swap. So if that's something that you're excited about, feel free to make a comment here on the YouTube channel. The description hopefully is in the video. You can get in touch with me directly through our Discord group or through the Telegram channel, and I can give you more details on exactly how that works. But folks, I am excited. I hope that you are excited for what is getting ready to come. Yeah, we don't know exactly when, but man, we know that it's close. We know that it's close. We know that it is close. Folks, it's close. It's happening. Like it literally could start right now. Like Bitcoin could be $70,000 in the next 24 or 48 or 72 hours. I'm not saying that that's likely, that that's what I think is going to happen, but we are right on the verge of getting everything that we've been dreaming about, folks. So for those of you that stuck through crypto for all of this crummy last couple of years, I commend you. And now is time to take it across the goal line, to score that winning touchdown, and to get the freedom that we all deserve, man. God put us here on this earth to do something special with our lives, to not just to work for another man. And so I'm excited for all of you that get to create freedom in your life, and that in 2025, you are going where you want to go and experiencing what you want to experience. So with that, folks, God bless. Have a fantastic day. And we will see you again on Wednesday morning for the Crypto Gem live stream. Take care.